Yo, what up? I am creating a newsletter business. I'm going to give you weekly updates, even if this thing shits the bed. I believe we are on week 9. Let's get cracking. All right. So last week, our open rate was not that great. If you, not our open rate was okay. Click-through rate was okay. But if you look at this, remember I shaved off quite a few, like a third of the subscribers. I shaved them off. And so we see here, when we did that, we went from 9,000 to 6,000. We see an increased open rate. Click-through rate was okay. Here we have this. The open rate is about on par with where it was. You know, it's not phenomenal. Like last week was great. This one was okay. And then this click-through rate was just okay. Wasn't great. And so I'm thinking they didn't like the rest. They didn't like this recipe as much. Like for example, if you look at the performance here, and you look through the click-through rate of the recipe, which gets the most clicks, it was 8.5%. Then we had clicks on some of the subsequent articles. But now, if we go to last week's email, where's it at? This one right here, the fajitas. The performance, they did not click on the recipe. It was like that last one was 8%. This one is like 5%. And then you see right here the subsequent articles didn't get that much action. The one that did get action was about the ED, erectile dysfunction. Anyways, and so what I'm thinking here is a couple things. One, obviously, like I'm here. This is a recipe newsletter, but it's really a entertainment newsletter. And however, the recipe does matter because the recipe is what we're putting in the subject line. So I know that moving forward, they don't care about fajitas. I'm in Texas, man. Fajitas are a big thing, but I guess up north or elsewhere, people might not care about fajitas really. They might not even know how to say that word. So something to be cognizant of, just like this over here, the loaded bacon cheeseburger pasta, they did not care for. They do not care for fajitas anyways. And so I'm learning that, again, although it's an entertainment newsletter, the recipe needs to be enticing to get them to read the rest of the newsletter. So that's something I'm taking into account. This one we're going to do. This week we're doing homemade waffles. The reason I'm going with homemade waffles is because I have a story about this. Is like it looks like a blueberry waffle, doesn't it? It is not. That is mold. And there's a story about this boy basically eating what he thought to be blueberry waffles. The boy being Buck's grandson here. So we'll see how it goes. But again, the story won't matter if they don't like the fact that we're talking about waffles here. It will be interesting. Another thing I'm gonna start doing is when I get some time here, I need to grow this list. And so I'm going to just put out for you guys who don't know, we get people on this newsletter by having them subscribe, buy a seasoning. When they buy the seasoning, we subscribe them. We put them on this newsletter. So basically I'm getting paid to create this newsletter. But I need more subscribers, right? Right now, as I talk to you, tariffs are kicking me in the balls. The seasoning price has gone up because the company that I white label with gets their product from China, and they're passing that cost on to us. So we're passing it on to our customers, and it sucks right now. So I have to get other ways to get people on the list. And what I'm going to do is put out some general content, like not made to get people to buy seasoning, but like $5 a day with some general like content on how to bake a cake or something that brings them back to my site. I want that content to be really good, and ideally they sign up for the newsletter. So we will see how that goes, because again, I need some more subscribers. Anyways, oh yeah, and in the content, I'm going to direct them to the site, but encourage them to sign up for the newsletter. Not so much encourage them to buy seasoning, because my seasoning is it's a savory seasoning. If I'm writing stuff about cakes and cookies and stuff, my seasoning doesn't really fit. So the purpose of that content, the content that I put out just for like getting engagement, is going to be for them to be on the newsletter, not for them to buy seasoning, because it won't make sense if I'm talking about baking a cake. I hope this all makes sense. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next week. Peace.